Section 1.6b continues with rational expressions. This time we're going to add and subtract rational expressions. The biggest difference in the approach of these operations from multiplication and division is that we are going to need to find a common denominator. The steps of adding and subtracting rational expressions are as follows. First of all, we want to factor the denominators if possible. And then with those factors, we find the common denominator between the two, or sometimes it could be more, rational expressions. Once we get that common denominator, which that is most of the effort in these kind of problems, we will add or subtract just across the numerator. So let's look at this example. We have no factoring in the denominators to do. It is already in factored form. The first one has a factor of 2 and a factor of x. The second one has a factor of 3 and a factor of x. So they both share a factor of x. So that is already common to both rational expressions. The factors that are not common are 2 and 3. So we want to make those common. We want to multiply the 7 over 2x by 3 over 3. Okay, that's going to give us the factor of 3 in that denominator. And we can multiply by 3 over 3 because that's just equal to 1. And multiplying by 1 doesn't change the quantity. And the rational expression 2 over 3x, we're going to multiply by the factor that it doesn't have from the other rational expression, which is 2. So again, we multiply by 2, both top and bottom. So we're multiplying by 1 and it doesn't change the expression. So we end up with 3 times 7, which is 21, over 3 times 2x, so 6x, plus 2 times 2 is 4, over 3x times 2, which is 6x. So that now we have the common denominator of 6x. Now once we get that common denominator, that's the denominator in our answer. So we're done with the denominator. Now sometimes we are able to do some canceling and it might change a little bit, but we don't need to do anything else as far as the next step goes on the denominator. Now we're to that place where we're going to add across the numerator. So 21 plus 4, we get 25. Another example, let's start by factoring denominators. First one, greatest common factor of 5, leaving an x plus 3. Second one, we've got difference of 2 squares. We'll have x plus 3, x minus 3. These share the factor of x plus 3. So that part is already common. We look at the factors that are not shared by the other rational expression. The first rational expression does not have the factor of x minus 3. We multiply top and bottom, numerator and denominator, by x minus 3. That's like multiplying by 1. And the second rational expression doesn't have the factor of 5, so we'll multiply top and bottom by 5. So we want to recognize that that 5 is going to be multiplied by that quantity x plus 2, so let's put parentheses around that. So on the next, we make sure we distribute that 5. We now have our common denominator, 5 times x minus 3 times x plus 3. In the numerator, let's distribute that 2. Okay, x minus 3 is multiplied by 2, so we distribute that 2, and that gives us 2x minus 6. Okay, we've got our common denominator of 5 times x minus 3, x plus 3 for our other rational expression. And here we want to distribute that 5, getting 5x plus 10. Now we do that last step where, because we have our common denominator, we can add across the numerator. So we can add 2x and 5x, we get 7x, add negative 6 and 10 to get a plus 4. Here we have another example. So we try to factor the denominators and see that there's nothing to factor, and the denominators do not share any factors. They're totally different. So this first one, we're going to need to multiply by the denominator in the second one, top and bottom, a minus 3 over a minus 3. And keep in mind that we're multiplying that a minus 3 times the entire quantity, a minus 1 in the numerator and a plus 1 in the denominator. The other rational expression we're going to multiply by the denominator of the first one, so a plus 1 over a plus 1. And again, we're multiplying the entire quantities. So we have our common denominator now, a minus 3 times a plus 1. No need to multiply that out. We can keep that denominator in factored form. We do want to multiply out the numerator so that we can combine like terms across the numerator. So we've got two linear binomials. We can use FOIL, a squared, and then it's going to be a minus 4a plus 3 for the first expression. Second expression, all right, we got our common denominator. And multiplying out those two factors, we get a squared minus a minus 2. Now we add across the numerator. And that denominator is that common denominator that we found. So we have a squared plus a squared, so 2a squared, negative 4a minus a, so minus 5a, plus 3 minus 2, so we get a plus 1. Now let's look at subtracting rational expressions. We're going to find a common denominator again. So factoring that first denominator, we get x plus 5 times x minus 5. And so we have x plus 1, and then minus x minus 1 over factoring. We bring out the common factor of an x, and that's times x minus 5. So they share the factor of x minus 5, so we don't need to multiply at all by that. The first rational expression we're going to need to multiply by the unshared factor of x, so x over x, and remember that's going to be multiplied by that whole quantity, x plus 1. The second, we are going to multiply by x plus 5, top and bottom. All right, and then again, that x plus 5 is times that that x minus 1. Okay, so we've got our common denominator, x times x plus 5, x minus 5. And distributing that numerator, we get x squared plus x, and then minus, okay, we got common denominator, and multiplying out the x minus 1 times x plus 5, we get x squared plus 4x minus 5x. Okay, now is where we are going to subtract across the numerator. So start off with that common denominator that we came up with. And we want to apply this negative to each of the terms as we subtract. Okay, so we have x squared here minus an x squared, so that's no x squared. And then we've got this x minus a 4x, so that's going to give us a negative 3x. And then we have no constant term in the first rational expression, but we have a minus negative 5, so that's going to end up being plus 5. Okay, let's look at this one. It looks like they don't have the same denominator, but let's do something to the denominator of the second rational expression. Let's factor out a negative 1. Okay, so let's factor out that negative 1 and figure out what we're left with. Okay, let's start with the negative x. If we factor out a negative 1, that's like dividing by a negative 1, we get a positive x. And if we divide 1 by negative 1, so we divide this 1 by negative 1, that's going to give us a negative 1. Okay, so we end up with having something that looks pretty common. Now remember, we can take that negative that is in the denominator And we can move that so that it's just in front of the whole thing and rewrite this as 2 over x minus 1 minus 3 over x minus 1. Okay, so we automatically, by factoring out that negative 1, get the common denominator. So common denominator is x minus 1, and we do that subtraction, 2 minus 3, we get negative 1.